Hey folks, this is BestInSlot. Welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution. Notice I did not say Jurassic World Evolution 2 because although Joey is now getting on a little bit, at the end of the day, Joey does not have the same modding problems that Joey 2 currently has. So people have been going back and modding Jurassic World Evolution 1 with some really cool stuff. So I kind of want to showcase that today. It's all gone a little bit disastrously. You may have better luck than me, but I'll show you some stuff anyway. We're going to look at 3 separate mods, or 4 separate mods technically. Let's take a little look. So the first one I want to really show you, if we scroll down here, this is the RAPTOR PADDOCK by RAPTOR 1985. You'll remember who did some exceptional stuff like the Mosasaurus paddock and things like that, and the T.REX Kingdom. Loads of really cool scenery items that you can put together. And you download this, you install it into your game, and it's super easy to build. I'm going to show you the completed one in just a second, but as you can see, it's here on the left, and it's all kind of highlighted and explained with like a blueprint sort of thing, so you know that this piece here goes in the middle, for example. I'm just going to show you this quickly. Let's assume that's the top, and then you grab that there. You want to turn on your jumpy. Well, I've messed up. It's fine. We'll fix it. And then you can see here, if you come down here, you'll see there's this sort of black bit there, and you're going to kind of just hinge that in there, connect it all together. What you should really do is use your brain and flatten the earth first, but I'm just kind of trying to make the point that we've got all these different pieces, and you kind of jam them all together. And just to prove that I'm not a total idiot, I'm just going to show you one that I made a little bit earlier, and here you go. Full Jurassic World Raptor Paddock. Insane amounts of detail, all modelled by RAPTOR themselves, which is just incredible. So you've got the opening over here, you've got the standing viewpoint kind of thing here in the middle, all these little details on the side. You've got this sort of cage area where they hang out, where the guy nearly gets bit, and even the little, the feeding things and control stations down there, where you would... Can I still capture mode? How do I capture mode in this game? I cannot remember. It is a thing, isn't it? There we go. The things where the raptors put their head through there, incredible levels of detail, all the staircases around the side and around here, all the little staff areas, the wider gates over here, and it even includes, if you go into the mod, little people. Look at the little people. So we've got top of paddock person. This is top of paddock person, if you want to put some people in there watching over things like so. A little ominously, it must be said. And then even not top of paddock person. That's their official names from now on. Yeah, this is pretty incredible stuff. And it would be a bit silly if we didn't celebrate how incredible it is by adding some raptors. So I'm just gonna... Adding to the list. I've got to say, it's been super weird coming back and playing this game. It really has. Because, I don't know, it feels so very different. It really does. It's hard to keep that in mind sometimes, how far Jurassic World Evolution 2 really did come above Jurassic World Evolution 1 in some ways. And it's a noticeable difference, to say the least. Whilst those are getting tranquilized, and I have to try to remember how this bloody game works. I would recommend, if you're going to use this, to download the Invisible Fence mod that Kyodenic made. For some reason, I'm really struggling with modding my Jurassic World Evolution 1 at the moment, and I couldn't get it to work. I really did try. I've got the path, as you can see, but I don't have the fence. I don't really know why. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, don't get me wrong. But whilst that's happening, I'm going to show you something else also by RAPTOR, and this is really where I screwed up. So that's the Raptor Paddock, I'll link that down below, but this over here is the Aquatic Park, because of course Jurassic World had an aquatic park sort of area. You've travelled across the world to see some dinosaurs. What are you going to do with your time? You're going to go down a slippy slide. So of course you are. So again, if we go into our scenery, you'll see there's tons of items here. We've got an aquatic park gate right there. Really cool levels of detail there, right from the film. We've got the walls, these metal walls here with these like yellow slats, and these brick walls here as well. We've got a little gyrosphere loading sign there, and then we've got these sunbeds and little gazebos. We've got a bridge. We've got some rings, and then you've got the big stuff. You've got these towers with the water slides, and what you would really do is probably like have different levels of... If you go into their page and go into the Nexus, you can see this done really well. I'm just trying to showcase the general idea. we had these really cool water slides and these sort of main walking areas. You could build like a really cool detailed water park using this stuff. You'd want to use all the terrain mods and stuff like that that are still present and available for Jurassic World Evolution 1. But I think it would be very, very worth it and would really give you a nice, well-rounded looking park, which is cool beans. Now, I know this game has a capture mode. There it is. I just can't remember if there's a button, because it... Why do we not have this here? How... I missed the slow timescale so much in Jurassic World Evolution 2. Why would it be removed? That's always confused me. Fortunately, because I'm a dummy and I can't figure out the invisible fences, they can just walk through, but you know, we'll get them there at some point. There's one more thing I want to show you. And that is not by that is by Sir Zero John. And this is very, very exciting. It hasn't quite worked for me, but it does work for some people. So if you give it a go at home, it may well work for you. And I really hope it does, because it is pretty bloody exceptional. So what they've done is they've made the Cretaceous cruise, the water tour kind of shebang. So you get all these different items. So you go through here. Let's go over here first of all. You get this Jurassic Park sign here. This is meant to be water, but I screwed up. You get these lovely decorated wooden walls. And if we come down this path here, you can see here we've got these Jurassic Park billboards. That remind me a lot of like Jurassic Park Trespasser and stuff like that. So we've got a couple of those. One over here for the Jungle River Cruise, which is what we're going to be on in a second. Opening very soon. And there's even like a little photo booth. You know, you've gone on the cruise, you've had a good time, you want to pick up the photos, you can even see some of them in there. Very, very cool stuff. And there's a map here of the cruise as well, where the cruise goes. It would be very cool to build your cruise to kind of match that around Isla Nublar. You get this big old building, this one right here, and what you can do is then put that over the top of your Jurassic Tour. And basically what the mod does, so there's two mods. One of them will replace... Lego. One of them will replace your... Well, one of them will give you all these scenery items. These are all separate. These are all part of the one mod. And then there's another mod, and the idea is it replaces your Jurassic Tour vehicle with the Cretaceous... Why do I want to call it the Cretaceous Cruise? Is that what it's called in Jurassic World? Maybe. With the Jungle River Cruise raft, basically. Unfortunately, it's breaking my game, and it definitely crashes for some people. There seems to be some magical combination of mods out there that makes it work, but I don't know what it is, and the mod maker doesn't know what it is. So it's a little bit up in the air right now. It does work for some people. I think it needs repackaging and taking another look at. It would be awesome if it worked, and I'd love to come back and do another video on it if it ever does work. I'll link it down below anyway, maybe it'll work for you. You'll kind of see what I mean here. If I go over here and click on... Well, if I just click on my tour and go on to ride... Press R a few times... No, wait, I want to drive it, don't I? Now I want to drive it. So, boop. What you'll see in a second... There you go. So, this is as close as I could get, basically. I've got the texture for the raft, but I don't have the model. So I've got this very hyper bright yellow Jurassic Tour vehicle instead. And you may be wondering, okay, but this is Jurassic World Evolution. How are we riding through the water like that? How do you actually make this work? Well, that is one of the cool aspects of this mod. This water here is fake. There's a new scenery item added by the mod, which I've scrolled past already, because I am la big brain. Right here. So this is placeable water. Look at this. You can actually use it there as well. You use it on any of these mods, any of these things. Use it there, use it over here in your... You know, they actually work really well in combination together. You'd have to plan a lot better than I just have, but the point is... I've kind of screwed this up now, haven't I? Irrevocably, yes. Wow, okay, but I mean, it's a cool idea, right? This big slab of placeable water, which means you can get around a lot of building constraints, a lot of management constraints and stuff like that. I think it's a really, really cool idea. How do you pause in this game? Can you not pause? You can't pause in this game, can you? Why the hell did we ever play Jurassic World Evolution? You can't bloody pause. Oh, yeah, I can't believe that. I completely forgot that wasn't a thing. But yeah, so I mean, you can even have this as like a paddock. I really regret putting that water down. I feel very silly. I have great pains about that now. Life is pain. Oh, they're going inside. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Right. I guess you can pause, but to pause you have to do this. There we go. There's my favorite. Is that Echo? I was about to call them my favorite of the bunch, and they are. Like, in terms of the skin pattern, absolutely my favorite, but I can't remember which one it is. I think it's Echo. But how cool is that? If we go up here, you can see them down there in the paddock below. I think that's very, very cool. This is my favorite of the bunch, I've got to say. If we can get that working, that'll be my favorite of the bunch. But this is incredible work by RAPTOR, especially because I know they modeled this themselves. I think that is incredible. Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. I think it's absolutely incredible. So, Jurassic World Evolution modding, still a thing. Still some bonkers stuff going on. I really hope one day we can see this kind of thing for Jurassic World Evolution 2 instead. It's the kind of thing that's a little easier to put together when the game has stopped updating. Because then you're less worried about your mods breaking, yada yada yada. You know, we've seen what we've been going through lately with Jurassic World Evolution 2, that we still don't really have new species, and that's been 6 months or something now. So I think it was the Camp Cretaceous update that broke it. Which is a bit of a shame, because I think it gives a lot of life to the game, and it keeps people a lot more interested. So I hope Frontier aren't doing it on purpose. I suspect they're not. It's just like a sad side effect, but it's definitely a mistake on their part, if it is. It's something they should keep in mind, in my opinion. But what do I know? I don't know a bloody thing. Right, so that is the end of the video. Great outro there, BestInSlot. Good job, buddy. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Shout out to RADRR1985 and Sir Zero John. A couple of incredible mods, which I've done no justice to whatsoever. I'm in a little bit of a rush today, but if you really took the time, I think you could make some incredible stuff with these mods. I highly recommend that. I mean, that is just incredible work. I can't get over it. It's blown my mind. And hey, maybe, you know, if this ever works, maybe we'll come back and we'll do like a special park build in Jurassic World Evolution 1. You know, get all the mods together, get the old gang back together and do like a crazy park build with the Raptor Paddock and all the other RADRR builds and a big old cruise and, you know, a properly made water park. That could be a lot of fun. I like that idea a lot, actually. We shall have to wait and see. Until then, thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Check out the links down below in the description for all these mods. I'll see you then. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.